Welcome to the More Realtor St. Louis Real Estate Market Update for August 2012. I'm Dennis Norman, one of the brokers in More, and if you'll give me a little bit of your time, I'll bring you up to date on what's happening in the St. Louis housing market. Let's jump right in with some of the real estate news from St. Louis's best locals of news and real estate information, stlouisrealestatenews.com. That's stlouisrealestatenews.com. Here's just a few of the headlines from this past month. St. Louis home prices are at the bottom. That's good news. Also, home prices in St. Louis are projected to increase going forward, albeit at a slow pace. Also, an article talks about the affordability, just how affordable homes are in St. Louis, and in fact, the median house in St. Louis. On the negative side, St. Louis foreclosures were on the rise in January, up over 20% from a year ago. An article farm buyer and also gives his weekly St. Louis mortgage interest rate update. And then an article I did, should you buy or rent a home in St. Louis? There's a lot of talk about that today. Jump right into the market data. What I'll show you here is you won't find anywhere else. And some of it, even if you find it anywhere else, I think we present it in a manner that is more clear and makes it easier for buyers and sellers and investors to actually apply to their situation than they'll find in a lot of other places. This first one, again, these first few slides are for the whole metro area, so it includes 17 counties, 8 of which on the Illinois side of the river, and then 9 on the St. Louis side of the river. We can see median home prices. I'm going to go over just a few of these. Median home prices, the listing price is $187,000, almost $188,000. Median asking price per foot, it's dropped a little bit over the last couple of months, $98 a foot, pretty much been in that $97 to $100 a foot range. Days on market, I'm going to drop on down here to our market action index. Now you can get these stats and a whole lot more stats at our site, mo-re.com, but I'm going to jump down here to the market action index, and it is 16 this month. And I'm going to show this chart here, which shows this index since we introduced it back in 2009, and the market action index is just a quick snapshot at how the market is. And again, this is for the metro area. It looks at supply, demand, and how many homes are coming into the market, how many are leaving the market, and applies a number to it. A 30 would mean it's a perfectly balanced market, not favoring buyers or sellers. Above a 30, up to a high of 60, the higher it goes, the hotter the market is, the more it favors sellers. Kind of like back in 05, 06, that market. The lower it goes, below 30, down to a low of 0, the colder the market is, and the more it favors buyers. And again, we're at 16 now for the metro area. You can see what's happened here. This goes back, again, back into 09. And you can see that it was about 15 when it was introduced. It's dropped down to as low as 11, bounced around. So relatively speaking, a 16 is not so bad compared to where we've been. But you can also see here earlier in the year in spring, it was up, peaking, almost hitting 18, so doing better. This chart here shows the same thing in the market action index, but it breaks the market down into quartiles. So I sliced the market into fourths and divided by price, and basically what it shows is the lowest price ranges, the 25% of the lowest priced homes. This blue line, that market's the best. It's at a 17 right now. Green would be the lower third, and orange are the upper are second in line, and black are the highest priced homes. And so you can see it just follows the price. The higher the price, the colder the market. And so the highest priced homes, the 25% highest priced homes in St. Louis, that market action index is about a 12. But you can see the whole market's falling, are pretty much behaving the same, reacting the same. Now, it was interesting, back here at the beginning of the year, it was all bunched up. All the market, except for the lowest end of the market, was pretty much in the same boat. But since then, it's fallen out by price. And now this slide will show, this is for the, again, for the metro area. This is the median home price trend, and again, goes back about 3 years. The black line is a 7-day average price, and our median price, and the orange line is a 90-day. So the orange line shows the long-term trend. You can see the dip there. You can see the increase. The black line, being a 7-day median, is quicker to indicate a change. So you can see back here where while the longer-term look was still headed up, the 7-day prices were falling, and now you can see the long-term range is falling. And now we can see over this past week or so, the 7-day has ticked up a little bit. So prices have probably reached a peak here, maybe trending downward a little bit, which would make sense as we go into the end of our strong season, the selling season, spring and summer. Now the next few slides I'm going to show here are going to zoom in on the where the bulk of the real estate activity happens in the St. Louis market on the Missouri side. These charts combine data from the city of St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Franklin County, and Jefferson County. So those 5 counties make up the bulk of all of our real estate activity. This first slide here shows the number of sales and the average sales price. The blue bars or blue columns represent the number of sales, and you can see that that's been steadily climbing, and we can see July of 2012 at close to 3,000 homes sold is higher, actually significantly higher than a year ago, when you can see it was down here maybe around the 2,300 homes sold range. So that is showing increased home sales. The green line is the average sales price. And we can see what that's done as well. It's dipped a little bit here, but if we draw the line back over, it's somewhere around that 160-something mark here. But if we go back over here to a year ago, we're just about where we were ago, maybe slightly higher. Now this chart shows the median home sales price. The last one was average, as well as the median number of days it's taken homes to sell. The yellow line represents the sales prices, the red, the time to sell. And we can see what's happened here. First off, on the yellow, the sales prices, median home prices are just about where they were a year ago. If you look there, it was around the 130-ish mark a year ago, and we're pretty much about that same range. Been kind of flat, actually trended downward just slightly over the last couple of months. And we can see that the days on market has dropped significantly. It peaked back here toward the beginning of the year at about 90 days on the market. Now it went down almost as low as 60 and is slowly trending upward there a little bit. Now this chart, this one is what I call my realtor scorecard. And this one is not, doesn't really show home values or property values, but it really shows how good of a job listing agents are doing with educating sellers as to the value of their property, and then and how good of tools and resources and data these listing agents have to educate their sellers so that their sellers hit the market priced right. And you can see here this red line represents what homes actually sell for versus what they were originally listed for. And you can see in the first half of this chart, which is the last half of last year, I think it was pretty pathetic. It was down to about 90%, just over 90%. I think real estate agents were doing a very poor job. Homes were being grossly overpriced. And again, in a lot of cases, this could be because the agents just don't have the information available. And this is something that more we just have. I mean, we're data junkies. We have the data available, and we also have the ability and the means to put this into charts and graphs that we build that no one else has. It just makes it very easy to illustrate to our agents, and also for our agents to illustrate to their clients what's going on in the market. It makes it very easy to get your arms around it. And again, you can see it was very poor, I think, with the job listing agents were doing before. It's improved over these last few months. Now homes are selling for about the last couple of months about 94% of what they were originally listed for. So I wouldn't call it great, but I'd call it a whole lot better than what it was. The yellow line up here represents, which has been pretty steady, represents what homes sell for related to, as it relates to what they were listed for at the time of sale. So after they sat on the market and the seller made price adjustments. And you can see that's pretty much been 96, 97%. So eventually that's the range they're selling for. It's just unfortunately we're seeing listings come out overpriced initially. This chart here shows what's going on with inventory of homes for sale. Now this is a month's supply based upon current sales activity, and you can see that this is improving and this is good. Inventory of homes for sale is one of those things that's really hurt the market. About a year ago in July it was up over 9 months supply, and you can see now here we are just a little over 6 months supply. So that's definitely encouraging. In fact, in a lot of markets and price ranges, we're finding that one of the things that's holding sales activity back is the fact that there just are not that many homes available, and buyers are not finding what they want. It's another good thing. And here is a long-term look at what's happened with home prices. This is a 10-year look at median home price, or list price and sales price. The green line is the sales price for this 5-county area. The blue line is the list price. And we can see, what's happened here, the peak of both in '06. And you can see here the sold prices are down here at like the 120 level, down lower than 10 years ago. And it's just a sad fact. I mean, and a lot of sellers are still having a hard time coming to grips with this. And again, this is for this whole 5-county area. There are pockets and places, locations within the 5-county area where this is not true. And again, we have the data to show you that. I mean, these things, I'm giving an overview here, but we have targeted charts and targeted data to show you what's going on in your neighborhood. But even in the the best of situations, home prices may just be now where they were 8 years ago. But you can see overall for this 5-county area, they're actually below 10 years ago. And but we do see a little bit of a tick up here, ever so slightly. Unfortunately, we see a widening gap between the list prices and sold prices, which probably indicates that, again, listings are coming out overpriced. And finally here, again, the best thing you could be is the best advice I can give is to stay informed. Whether you're a buyer or a seller, an investor, you want to be informed in this market, and you want to find true professionals in the real estate industry to help you. And I think we have those professionals in our company. You'll see there I am, Dennis Norman, my partner John Williams, and our partner Nick Seapack. Between the three of us, we have over 100 years experience in the real estate industry right here in St. Louis. And we have varied backgrounds, so our experience includes things that would be, I think, beneficial to you no matter what you are or what role you have in the market, whether you be an investor, a buyer, or a seller. And again, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the information and data we have. Up here in the right-hand corner, you'll see a little screenshot of a very small portion of an electronic newsletter that we have that we put out monthly. It's filled with real-time data, charts, and information, and helpful advice for sellers and buyers. I suggest you consider subscribing to that. It's free. It comes out monthly. You can sign up for that on stlouisrealestatenews.com. There's a sign-up box on the right-hand side, or you can sign up for it on our website at mo-re.com. Also, you can see here as a logo for our podcast. You can get this market update at the iTunes store by searching for St. Louis Real Estate Market Update and subscribe to the podcast, or you can catch it on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/morerealtors. And here's just another chart we have up here. We have charts and data available for any market, not only in St. Louis, we get them for throughout the country. Don't forget about us if you're moving out of town or want to look at a investment property outside of St. Louis or a vacation home. And finally here on the left here, you'll see what I think is the best real estate search site in St. Louis, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. St. Louis Home Team just introduced this. That's our premier team of more realtors. I'd invite you to check it out, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. And on the right here, this QR code, give that a scan, and that'll take you to a website with some great resources for you, whether you're a buyer, a seller, or an investor. Here's the legalese, our disclaimer, and read that at your leisure. I'm going to put it back here now for the QR code, give you time to scan that. And for this month, that's it. I invite you to check out, again, stlouisrealestatesearch.com for the best St. Louis real estate search. Check out stlouisrealestatenews.com for St. Louis, for news and information on St. Louis real estate. And this is not canned stuff that's just prepared and generic. These are all original articles that are written by myself and other real estate and mortgage and title professionals in St. Louis. Also check out our company site at mo-re.com. So until next month, I wish you the best, and God bless.